of course, to get his own perspective on this issue. Tade Omotasho, who's joining us from Warsaw in Poland. Tade, what do you
Yes,
think?
yes.
Because he's saying that debates are not effective.
Well, I think to some extent I do agree with Victor. However, I disagree with the opinion that the debates are not effective. Well, first and foremost, let me put it this way. The question we need to first is, what is the essence of the debate? Okay, what is the purpose of the debate? Why do we need to have that debate? I think that's the first thing we need to ask ourselves. We all know that we need to see these candidates come out in the open and present their ideas, present what they have, to offer. So the whole idea of a debate is for us to be able to choose whom we want to, who we want to represent, who we want as our president, who should represent us. So basically, with what I've seen, I don't have data exactly. I mean, obvious data right now to say to substantiate my point. I think from what we see trending on the social media, even just like Victor said, a lot of people are not literate. They might not understand what's going on. But the truth is, the debate serves as an opinion too. So those who watch the debate can actually get back to their, villages or talk to other people that are not educated and say, okay, listen, from we are elites, we're educated, we watch the debate. This is our opinion. We feel this person has presented to us, a better idea. Let's vote for this person. So I think the debate to some extent has impact, even though Victor might be right to say that in the last couple of years, I mean, most of the candidates that won the elections, never attended debate. But there are other parameters that determines, who wins an election, not just the debate. Debate is just one of it. So we cannot say categorically that the debate does not have an effect. It does have some effect. Of course, we need to do some statistical analysis to be able to, confirm that. But what we can say that maybe the effect is not very significant, but definitely there is a correlation. There's a correlation between the debate
All
because
right. Yeah.
when you debate, you are able to present your ideas. And okay, from even from the statistics I have, I can tell you that there are 40% of people in Nigeria that have access to TV. Okay, so
Just
that's from trading
40%?
economics. If you want to check that out, 40% of Nigerians have access to TV. So that's not even up to half of the population. But the point is, if these 40% people can watch the debate, let's assume that maybe another half had no electricity, which Victor has also mentioned, access to electricity. So let's say about 20% of people watch the debate. Now, these 20% people, there's a snowball effect. They go on social media, they express their view, and it keeps spreading. You see, with
All right.
big data, with what we have now,
So,
data,
speak,
there's a
speak,
snowball effect.
Tade, speaking of
Effect that.
speaking of the number of people that have television sets, what about the transistor radios? That's one
Yeah,
other
yeah,
aspect. So that's also part of Bond because they have the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria that
absolutely,
has a lot of
absolutely,
stations around the country.
absolutely. Absolutely. So that's again another point to substantiate the fact that the debate definitely has some effect because those who cannot watch TV can always get to listen on the radios. So that way it keeps the word keeps spreading. People express their opinion about who they feel has done well in the debate, and then they keep spreading the word. So to a very large extent, we can say that there is a connection. However, in statistics, when a correlation is below 0.3, then we would say it's insignificant. So
All
that's my stand that there is a connection. However, it might not be very significant.
all right, very well. Let me bring in Gordy. I hope he's sorted out his a little bit challenge. Gordy, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
So we've gone talking about how these debates affect people, and they've gone on to talk about how the radio and the TV is making an impact. But what about social media? Because we see snippets of these debates all around social media. Do you think that is going to make any change, so to speak?
Well, the thing is that we have to address the topic of the effectiveness of the debate. So we say the how, the when, the where, and the whom. questions, and then when we actually are able to isolate these questions and then put them, then we're able to actually measure effectively what the debate was actually going to accomplish in the end. So social media, fits into one of those how situations you want to handle that. But what I look at, our system of trying to make this debate is this, that we scream, oh, this person must debate, otherwise we're not going to vote for them. But then in the end, we don't actually manage to have an effective structure how these debates can actually be handled in the way that the candidates will have enough time to be scrutinized on the topics that they want to, or on their mandates, on their ideas that they are actually trying to sell to the people. Because okay, probably it's also linked to our electoral laws and acts that the people should not start campaigning in time. But that does not mean that the people cannot start engaging in a debate that is being structured and managed effectively that in advance. Just a little bit going off the point, I would have to say that there is only one candidate from all the list of the presidential aspirants that started more than 1 year ago talking to people, having a direct conversation with the people about his agenda
So
or
do you
what he wants
think
to do
do you
if he
think
becomes a president.
do you think it will work for him, for the candidate? No need to mention names, please.
Yes, I understand. I will not mention that. So the idea is this, that we have to arrive to the situation where we need to be having direct interaction with the candidates, regardless if it works or not. Because looking at what happened in these last 3 4 weeks with this direct meeting the candidate, you find out that we had the chance to really hear in a very interrogative way the candidates what they have to say. Now imagine some of the things where the candidates were either agreeing to or denying to something that this happened like 6 months in advance, 1 month before, and there are evidences to actually prove in further debates that these candidates are actually lying about certain topics. It actually also tells us who they are, and then it helps to inform the decision of those who are still either sitting on the side or
So
on one side that changes their mind.
again, let me ask: would you say social media is helping in terms of
Social
spreading the
media is not
message?
helping because the people who actually wants to govern are not really using the social media to debate. Rather, it is the people who are the followers are engaging themselves in, oh, this your person is like this, that my person is like this. So this is not really the debate. The debate is what actually is in the mind of the candidate, what they want to tell us. Then we tell them, okay, we punch a hole in what they are saying. Say, well, you actually, this is your record in public service. We know. So why do you think that this is like this or not like that?
All
And
right.
why do you think that this is like this? So this is the kind of debate that actually can happen. They can also use social media to do it, and people can also engage them in social media. But it could help if they actually structure how they can actually use it to advance the idea.
All right, very well. Just hold your thoughts for a second, you as well as the other panelists. We will be taking a break and we'll be back in a moment. Please stay with us.